Hey, what's up everybody, Destroyer here. Welcome back to another cast of the Red Soul Witch King patch 2.2 version 6. Today we have a 2v2 on a Buckland. Let's dive right in. We got our first player here, Solas, as Goblins in the top right. His ally for this match in the top left is Hombre as Mordor. The opposing team, bottom left player is Megrim as Elves. And his ally for this matchup is MayShdowAx, or MayShdowAx as we all know him of course. I'll just call him MayShadow as Men of the West. We have Men of the West Elves versus Mordor and Goblins. So we have good versus evil. And all of these players are very good, of course. Solas is very good. We have Hombre, who's very good. Megrim is very good. And there's MayShadow. That's good. MayShadow is actually very good as well. Actually, very, very good. So yeah, I'm looking forward to see what how good of a game this is. Let's see what the players are starting here. Looks like Megrim's going for a barrack start. And we do have some spying going on from Mordor. We have... oh, interesting. We have MayShadow going for a stables. So he's going to get Gunner Knights. Hombre is pointing out that the Gunner Knights are being put out. But Solas was already starting a spider pit with spiderlings. Fortunately for him, that should work out quite nicely. And a Mordor Palace being thrown down by Hombre as well. So Hombre probably going to transition into Cav himself. We shall see. Megrim's going for Lornian Warriors as a starting unit. Megrim placing a beacon here, showing there is a Mordor Palace. If you can see that, he must be using a Farsight, yes? Yes, indeed he is. So he'll know exactly what's coming from Hombre's base. Which will be pretty useful for him. And of course he'll probably... well, yeah, I guess you're already building the guys, might as well. He also has to upgrade this to level 2 for it to be useful. So we got a first battalion of spiderlings from Solas going in here. And some Gunner Knights going... I have no idea what the Gunner Knights are doing, to be honest. So Lings have been upgraded with poison. Warchant going down on the spiderlings. We'll see who wins out in a 1v1. The Lings are in defensive. Gunner Knights not. I'm pretty sure the Gunner Knights should win. Spiderlings are not a direct counter to cavalry, believe it or not. So they're just useful for helping to deal with them, because they can catch them, they can do damage, and they don't get trampled, which is good. Very good indeed. Ah, he's actually going for Eastlings. Okay, he's got a battalion Eastlings out, and then he's going to upgrade to 2 and probably go for the Lancers, I would imagine, unless he wants to go for 3 and get Heraldry Marchers. Not bad either. Expensive though, but against Elves, not too bad. But I don't know about a starting unit, of course. Some expensive investments. Megrim's going to kill the cave troll here, try and get the gold from that with his fallen sentries there. You know, it looks like the Elves from Megrim are being chased off here. He's going to try and pull them back. They are level 3. They will heal up quite nicely, so if you can keep those alive, that'd be perfect for him. So let's continue to use spiderlings. Spiderlings, of course, are very fast. Do pretty good damage, actually. Some would say they are a bit OP at the moment. They wouldn't be wrong. See how well they do against the Gunner Knights when they aren't buffed? Quite nicely. They actually killed them. Wow. There you go. They don't do a ton of building damage, but they do a little bit. I guess it's probably because most of the time he's dead. But so far, he is shutting down MayShadow pretty nicely with just spiderlings, with the poison upgrades. Venom Sax is a very good upgrade, so I definitely recommend getting that. People are throwing on a wall hub to save his life. Very good call. We got Haradrim Lancers out here from Hombre now. Just getting a nice trample there on Megrim's Elves. And the Men of the West player, MayShadow, has some pikes there. Being cut down by some Goblin Warriors from Solas. No one has the outpost so far. All players are sending troops to the center. And a nice run through once again from Hombre. He's got 2 battalions of Cav now. And now the Spiderling army is attacking Megrim. And that will be quite bad for him. He's actually using his barracks as forward defensive points as well. Defending the backside of this and using the map, of course, to defend this side. which is a nice play there, but of course didn't seem to help there as Solas weaseled his way in there and killed it regardless. So of course it still can be attacked from the side. Hombre has taken the outpost, so it'll be good for him. Very good indeed. And he's continually harassing MayShdow currently. MayShdow is definitely not in a great position, it's gotta be said. But he has some knights on the field. And does he have anything else on the field? He did. There's some gunner soldiers there, but they'll be overwhelmed and brought down by the amount of goblins Solas has currently. Solas is sitting on 3 caves, currently getting goblin archers right now, and some more spiderlings. So he's just going with goblin spam and spiderlings so far, and it seems to be working pretty nicely. Megrim's got his elves and the porcupine trying to protect his archers. Very nice. Unfortunately, the porcupine has a tendency to move away. That's kind of a feature I hate about the porcupine formation. You go porcupine formation, and then they start to run away. It's like, I want you to stand here. But they don't. They walk away, leaving your archers undefended when an enemy comes near, which can be quite annoying. Malthasaren's about to run right into Mithlon's. Oh, jeez. Oh, Malthasaren got butchered. Nice pickup from Megrim, at least. That was a bit of a misclick for Hombre, I'd say. An unfortunate turn of events. And Hombre is throwing out siege works, potentially for catapults or black riders, or even battering rams, but odds are probably catapults or black riders. Black riders, of course, are incredibly good against elves. Insanely good, in fact. So I would always recommend trying to get black riders if you can against elves. And catapults is definitely pretty much a key as well. With their fire and their cheap cost, they do exceptional damage to archers, which is really what the elves rely on, as you all know. Now Solas is a little defensive here with his goblins, giving MayShdow a bit of a reprieve so he can start to get his farms back into order here and get some troops on the field. He has some troops on the field, but not a ton. Gets a nice pickup there, getting some orc archers. Now it seems like Megrim and MayShdow are on the comeback. And here comes the charge from the men of the West Cav. Not terrible. Megrim will pull out though, as he doesn't have a ton of troops there. And of course you don't want to fight on tainted land if you don't have to, especially under cave bats. So Solas should be okay for now. And it looks like Hombre is okay currently as well. He's getting more orcs. He's getting catapults. He has opted to go for catapults, which I think is a good call. Definitely a good call. That will help him out immensely. Even one catapult can change up Elves versus Mordor, really. I think Mordor is one of the best teams against Elves, myself. As they have just really great counters to Elves with their catapults and Black Riders. Black Riders wreck Elven heroes so badly. And they also, of course, wreck any archers. Gotta be careful when you fire the catapult, though, as you may end up with some friendly fire on a hero or something. Which would not be ideal. Solas is moving out here with a bunch of goblins. MayShdow. He probably lost a lot more than he gained for that. Looks like Megrim does have the outpost. It's going to be taken down by Solas, though. He will not have that. And the Lings do get a farm in MayShdow's base. MayShdow's having trouble getting more than 3 farms currently. Looks like 1, 2, 3. Yeah. His 4th farm keeps getting destroyed. Which is probably really setting him back, I'd imagine. At least he has those. And then we have Elven Mist being thrown down by Megrim there. Enshrouding Mist, rather. I always call it Elven Mist. Friendly units in the mist become stealth, reduce enemy armor and damage, nullifies enemy leadership. It's a very, very useful power, actually. It's incredibly good. So currently this is definitely helping him out. I don't think the catapults can target the elves either, because you can't see them. Although, when they do see them, they take pretty good damage. Hey, look at that. It's not killing anyone, though. But it is wounding them very severely. And the archers, of course, shooting the catapult is a huge mistake here. He's not going to be able to bring it down. I'm not sure what Megrim was thinking here, shooting the catapult with archers. Such a waste. He's probably elsewhere migrating or something. Maybe not.
I will protect our people.
Oh. We got Arwen on the field for Megrim. Very nice. But yeah, unless you have some sort of upgrade, catapults, archers against catapults not very useful, I think. Unless you have fire arrows or silver thorns or something. Otherwise it'll take an age to kill those things. It'll take a lot more damage than it's worth. There's the poison arrows on the cab there. Very nice. Always try to utilize the poison arrows if you can. They're pretty good. Now that they don't have a range of 1 foot, they're actually very useful. And of course in 2.02 you can autocast them by right clicking on it, which is incredibly good. I like that a lot. Megrim's army is looking pretty strong now. He's got a lot of elves. He's also got this nice little forward healing spot here where MayShdow's healing his troops. Very good indeed. Like I always say, you always want a healing thing of some kind if you got cav. Especially if you get cav. But it's useful for anything, of course. Ooh, we got a Wildman Dunlin summoned by Solas there in the archer line of Megrim. Will this do a lot of damage or not? The elves are buffed, fortunately, but they are taking mass casualties. Actually, slaughtered them. Ooh. And of course, Solas' Goblin archers rather are here with the spiderlings, and they do clean up Megrim's army very nicely. Hombre's about to lose a catapult there. Oh, it goes down. Haldir falls though. That is an unfortunate loss for the elves, of course. Nobody likes to lose a Haldir. Megrim has himself some Rivendell Lancers there, ready to be called upon when needed. We got 3 battalions of Gondor Knights. I mean, it might be time to upgrade to Rohirrim at this point. Maybe not. I don't know. I think Rohirrim would be a lot better than Gondor Knights, personally. But, of course, if he's had these all game, and if you have enough of them, they do get a good trample through. But look at that. A lot of goblins live through that. But did do a fairly sizable amount of damage, and he can keep healing him up and building up his forces as he goes, which is good. Cap starts can sometimes work out very nicely. For the reason, if you just keep them alive, they go home, they heal, they come back, and you never lost that 500. You just keep getting heroes or better troops or what have you. They're very economical if you don't get them killed. Of course, it's a big if. Yeah, very nice. I think fairly even over there. Rivendell Lancer is going to take out that catapult from Hombre. Should shut down Hombre's assault here, I think. He's got barricade up there. And he's also claiming the signal fire. I don't think Hombre has enough troops to take Megrim's base by any means. He has to push through a lot of elves here. And of course there is an enshrouding mist there as well, making it so he cannot really do much there. And now Megrim is harassing out in the field with his Lancers and Arwen. Of course, if he gets Arwen up to level 6, she gets a Flood, which is very good. And now MayShdow has himself a Thillium Rangers. Very nice indeed. MayShdow is starting to build a good amount of strength, I think. He's also got Gondor Archers on the field. Gondor Archers have a pretty good use against Goblins, I feel. Because Goblins are already so weak, and there's more into a battalion of Gondor Archers, they have a tendency to do pretty well. But of course they don't have the range or the damage. But like I said, you don't need the damage particularly. Unless you're going up against better units like half-troll Marauders or Swordsmen or something. Ooh, but there's the Spider Riders out in the field for Solas, getting a nice run through and starting to murder the Thillium Rangers there. The Spider Riders are going to fall for their trouble though, and the Thillium Rangers will live. They can be pulled back to heal up if you want to. And it looks like MayShdow is going to do that. He has 2 wells there to increase the unit replenishment speed of his army. Now Megrim is trying to break this little barricade there. He got it, and he should be able to push Mordor out of here without too much trouble. And he's also summoned Tom Bombadil here to help him do so. I don't know if Tom Bombadil was necessary right there. I feel like MayShdow was already winning the engagement, but alright. I think it was a little bit of a waste, but at the same time, whatever. It's just Tom Bombadil, of course, who is actually an army killer if he gets close enough, I guess, into a bulk of troops. That's a lot of cav for MayShdow. 4 battalions Gunner Knights, still not opting to go for any Rohirrim. I mean, he's not even upgrading the stables to do so. You could even throw some Knights of Dull Armor if you wanted to. Of course, they're not cheap, but we have an Azog for Solas there, up to level 4. And a Goblin King. Oh, jeez. Very nice indeed. Goblin King's up to level 4. Now he's giving leadership to the goblins around him. The Spiderlings as well. And I think over time these Gunner Knights are going to be increasingly less useful, as MayShdow will find against goblins. Especially when a lot of these come out. A lot of Spider Riders, a lot of Spiderlings. With Gorkil's leadership, they're going to shut these Knights down pretty nicely, I think. Arwen is continuing to harass with the Rivendell Lancers, though. Hombre has a catapult expansion on this fort there. So try and help deal with that. But it seems he's getting a fair amount of stuff there. Farm picking off a lot of these Rivendell Lancers, though. I think Hombre will be just fine there. Ooh. Oh, Arwen used the Flood on the Siege. We're shutting it down. Very nice. That took out that very, very nicely. And we have a Worm Summon here from Solas. Trying to get rid of the wells here in the little forward healing area and statue and such. He needs to break through here if he's really going to get to the heart of MayShdow's base, of course. So he's trying to get rid of the statues and the wells, so he can't just pull back and heal up his cav. That's definitely a good move. So now his cav will have trouble replenishing its numbers once they actually do come back. And of course he can continue pushing through to the archer range there, which would be a good hit to MayShdow as well, because then he won't be able to get Athelian Rangers anymore. There you go, very nice. Good use of the worm so far. Also, he's got himself Wildman Summon. MayShdow's got himself a marketplace, though. That's helping him out a bit, definitely. This worm has done its duty. That was that 2 wells, a statue, a level 2 archer range, and a barracks. That's a good worm. That did a lot of damage. It's definitely worth the 15 power points. And that should shut down MayShdow's ability to respond to too much for a little bit. MayShdow does have Theoden on the field now. He's trying to defend his stables. It looks like he probably will succeed with the help of the Gunner Knights there. I do think MayShdow's reliance on the Gunner Knights is going to be his downfall, though. I really think he needs to upgrade to Rohirrim. Yes, they've been alive forever, and that's the reason he has so many Gunner Knights, but he can still build Rohirrim. Like, you could replace them. Or start adding to your army. I think that'd be wisely. So, oh no, Gorkil's all by himself. So is Azog. And they're going to be ran down. Well, Azog is very much wrong about that, as he just died. Gorkil opting not to go into the tunnel. Interesting. Guess he doesn't need to. Currently, Solas is under siege. Hombre is on the way for sending aid there, and Solas does have a lot of Spider Riders himself. Keeping them in bow mode currently. Also throwing down totems. Totems are very good. If you can fight around them, they're 50% damage and armor, which is very good, of course. It's not a huge radius, but it's pretty... Yeah, it's pretty good for when you're in a battle. Throw down a totem. You get that pretty big buff, which can be very useful. MayShdow has replenished as well, so he can get his armies healing up once again. And he's throwing down his archer range as well. Meanwhile, it looks like Megrim is pushing on Hombre with a fairly sizable force of Elven Might. We'll see how he does here. Haldir is back, of course. Doesn't quite have leadership yet. He gets it at 6. So unfortunately, he doesn't have leadership for his elves. If he does, though, it'll be a pretty big buff to his army, I think. I don't think, I know. It's a big buff to his army. 33% armor and damage. That's quite nice. Megrim also has an eagle. Up to level 4. Once it gets to level 5, of course, it gets the wing blast, just like Drogoth. So that's pretty useful. Especially against Goblins, it's actually very good. I'd love to see a Wing Blast if you can get it in there. There's the Eagle Summon as well. The Eagles are going to tear Solas a new one here. So that's not ideal for him. He's pulling back his real Eagle, letting the summoned Eagles take the brunt of damage and do as much damage as humanly possible. This barricade is being thrown to rubble there. So it's throwing up a tower. Interesting. And Shelob has been recruited. Well, this could be good or bad, I guess. We'll see. There's a spider army on the way there. Oh, they get a nice run through. Get some nice micro out of harm's way as well. Don't want to run over the tower guards. Shelob takes a lot of pike damage, as do these, of course. Shelob is basically a big cavalry hero, so you gotta be careful. She does the pikes very easily. And now Hombre's going for an attack on Solas' base. He's got Summoned Dunedain. He's got the Gundar Knights in there. He's got Theoden in there as well. There he is, level 3. He's got the leadership, of course. By default, of course. And Glorious Charge level 6 if you can get it. But he is taking a lot of casualties. Shelob got knocked down. Oh, Tom Bombadil. I was like, how did he knock Shelob down? Shelob using the fear there. Trying to scare them off. Tom Bombadil was trying to go for a Sonic Song. Completely failing, of course. And I think this attack will be a failure. Not a failure, I mean he did some good damage, but... oh shit. Of course there's one thing about Goblins, is they get power points fairly quickly if they're in combat a lot. Oh, he's gonna go for the Fire Whip on Glorfindel. Nice. Shut him down nicely. Also shut the Elven army down nicely. So that was pretty big. Arwen got a nice flood there. Looks like he got the Spider Pit. Is that a Spider Pit Rubble? Might be. Or it's the Goblin Cave, one of the two. Of course, if Shelob levels up, she can also be an absolute monster. That Poison Stinger at level 4. That poison is quite dangerous for heroes. I think that Balrog is going to change the game here, swing the things back in their favor. I felt like the bottom team was rallying a bit. Unfortunately, Balrog is never friendly to the enemy team. Boromir's out in the field here from MayShdow. Very nice. Shelob and Gorkill and Azog running through. Running amok while Balrog does his damage. And it looks like things are kicking off over here. Hombre and MayShdow and Megrim all going at it there. The Elves and Men Alliance against Mordor over here. So currently they're doubling him while Solas is attacking the base of MayShdow. Down goes the Balrog. He actually destroyed his farm, thinking the Balrog was going to destroy it, and then the Balrog just spawned. Unfortunate, because he didn't need to destroy that one. But better safe than sorry, I guess. Gorkill and Shelob really pushing their luck there. They are a bit wounded. Wildman Summon with the War Chant should hold them at bay, though. Shelob is level 4. She can get that Poison Sting on Boromir. It'd be great. He just needs his Tower Guards gone. And he can do that. And Gorkill, of course, has Poison Stinger as well. Shelob's is more dangerous. But still, it's nice to have two. Ah, he should really go for the Poison Sting. Although it won't kill him, of course. But maybe they can catch him out of position. He's doing a good job of shutting down MayShdow's economy, though, I'd say. Megrim is doing quite nicely, though, I think. Although he is still opting to go for just lots of Lordy Nurtures. Lots of, I forgot what they're called. But he can really upgrade to Mirkwoods. I don't know why you wouldn't upgrade to Mirkwoods at all. I mean, they don't diminish in usefulness or anything. Lordy Nurtures are great, don't get me wrong. He can still win a game without Mirkwoods, but I mean, couldn't hurt. Maybe just want to invest in that. It's fair enough, but I think they would be more useful. MayShadow's somehow holding on, while Solas sends waves of goblins and filth to his base. He doesn't have a huge army, but he has a fairly... He has a lot of guys there, it's just they're all wounded. I guess it's only like 4 battalions, isn't it? What on earth? That was interesting. I guess he was assuming the goblins were going to end up here. That was quite off, I'd say. That's fine. There is delay in this game, of course, you gotta keep that in mind, but still funny. And the worm is already back. Of course, Solas does have control of the signal fire, which is, of course, going to decrease the time which it takes for that to happen. Azog, Shelob, and Gorka going for the fort here with the Spider Riders, and they should get it, actually. Oh, yeah, Shelob was going to go for Boromir, but he's opted to go for the fort instead. I think this is smart. He needs to get that fort. And down it goes. Gorka getting probably the killing blow there. Gorka died for it, though. Shelob needs to get away. She can't quite tunnel out. She needs level 7 to be able to tunnel. Which is a really useful ability, actually. She'll probably go now fighting, but MayShdow's pretty much out of the game, I think, at this point. Megrim has been doing quite nicely against Hombre, but he hasn't been able to break him. Look at the amount of Lorian archers he's got. It's crazy. And the eagle, of course. The eagle has been doing work. Look at this eagle. He's level 9. That's crazy. Very rarely would you ever see a level 9 or 10 eagle. But that's pretty... that's the thing. I don't even know what to say about that. But unless Megrim can get another fort, I think they're... Or not Megrim, MayShadow. I think they're screwed. Because he's command point cap currently. He can only hold 300. He has a small force. Not much money. No powers. And Solas has all of those things. So... And of course he has Balrog already. And that's about halfway recharged. You just wait for Balrog again. He's got Summon Watcher ready to be used as well. And I have a feeling this Elven army is going to feel the brunt of that. But Megrim does. Yep, there it is. And that's what happens to large Elven armies that clump up their archers. Watcher is the absolute bane of Elven armies, I feel. It's so destructive. Look at that. The entire Elven force is just completely decimated, basically. He's got a few banner carriers here and there. Survived. There's a summon eagles. Hombre definitely hasn't been able to push very easily. But unfortunately, MayShadow falling to Solas will end up in a 2v1 in his downfall, of course. And I think, I mean, it hasn't happened yet. Don't count out MayShadow, but I mean, the odds are slim, and his builders are actually in harm's way as well. And there's a flood on Solas' base. It will slow Solas down a little bit, but I don't think it's going to be near enough. One of the builders from MayShadow did get away, but I think no, he's still got another one there. He could be fine currently. Summon Eagles continuing to wreck the house. Level 10 Eagle, look at that. Megrim, you've done it. You've done it. Beautiful. He's also got King Thranduil. Very nice. Megrim could still win this game. It is a possibility, but I think a combined Goblin and Mordor army would be pretty disastrous for Megrim. Grim's got a nice cavalry army though, and he's got the cavalry heroes, of course, which is very nice. What level is he at? Level 1. Glorfindel didn't get any levels before dying, apparently. He's been reborn again. Excellent. Megrim's helping defend whatever remains of MayShadow over here. Looks like Azog is over here, as well as some Wildmen summon. Goblin archers. Do as much damage as he can. And of course, I doubt Megrim is in any position to give him 5 grand. MayShdow's 1,000 right now. Of course, he has to spend money to stay alive. But I think he's going to die as soon as Balrog shows up again. Because obviously, how's he going to defend against it? The answer is he's not. He will fall. Perhaps. But usually Balrog is pretty easily able to take out a few buildings. So, I don't like his chances. And of course, he's down to one of these. Just one. Oh no, he's got a few buildings here as well. Starting to rebuild in the center. That's good. He's not just sitting back and saving up for a fort, which I think is wise, actually. A fort won't win you the game. You need troops. If you build a fort, if you spend all your money on a fort, and you have nothing to defend it, you're really just throwing 5,000 resources down the drain. Because they're just going to take it from you once again. So you really need an army, more so than a fortress in your powers, I think. But, I mean, if you can try and get one, it's always good. Eagle heals up pretty quick there. At level 10, he just sits back, heals up at the well, and then he's ready to go. Once again, this Eagle has been MVP for the Elves. Shutting down Haradrim archers, the catapults, you name it, he's done it. I think Megrim's done really well this game. And he's shown you don't actually need Mirkwoods to win. I think if this was a 1v1, he would have won against Hombre, to be honest. Oh, we have a level 10 Gorekill as well. Beautiful. Of course, Gorekill summons 3 Fire Drakes still, which is pretty savage. They don't come with Inferno, of course, which that was horribly overpowered. But 3 Fire Drakes is still nothing short of amazing. And level 10 Gorekill you don't see very often as well, because he levels up very slowly. But it's great to see it nonetheless. And they last decent amount of time as well. Nope, we have the Ant Summon in the back of the base of Hombre. Hopefully they're out of the range of this catapult, or else they're going to get hit and dead quickly. And they will start bringing on the forts. And there's the Worm Summon, the ultimate counter to any tree being. And down goes one Ant. Down goes the second Ant, and that shuts down their attack quickly. It's a good effort, though. If he didn't have Worm, he might have got that fort, actually. That's an unfortunate loss for Megrim there. Megrim's King Thranduil, though, if he can level up, he'll be able to take out Solas' heroes very nicely. But he also has to be very wary, because if they get up there with their Poison Stingers, and Azog just absolutely destroys heroes with his freaking Great Battle Rage, you gotta be careful of that. So that could be a thing as well. And now they're going for the double on Solas, it looks like. We got Thillian Rangers with the Elven army here. How close is Balrog? Ooh, it's close. Balrog will spell doom for this army. It's so clumped. And of course Watcher is actually almost off cooldown as well. Watcher almost comes off cooldown twice before Balrog comes off cooldown once. That's crazy. But I guess it depends on how far into it was used. And there's the Poison Stinger. Ah, Thranduil's dead immediately. Azog didn't even have to use his Battle Rage. They got him. Haldir is in trouble as well. Especially if Shelob's around. Which I don't actually see Shelob though. She's either dead or dead. Because I would see her on the map. Azog and Gorekill retreat to the mines, the tunnel. And there's MayShdow with his decent force. It's about to be absolutely plowed by Balrog. Oh dear. He's finally upgraded to Rohirrim. A little bit late for that, I think. I do think earlier Rohirrim would have helped him out a lot more. But I don't know if it would have changed too much. Because the Gunrunners aren't that shitty. They're not shitty Vikings. Is this going to shut down MayShdow? It very well may. Is he out of the game? No, he is not. He has a building somewhere. Still in the bottom right? No. Ah, right here. He's building here. Solas also has the dragon. Dragon and Balrog going at the base of Megrim. She caught some of the army there as well. Dragon fire. And this is something that makes Goblins just horribly strong. Their ability to gain power points is unmatched by the other teams. If you spam Goblin Warriors and such, or they're just in combat at all times and shit, you will get power points for days. And of course, not just by themselves, you need to support them with other things, but I mean, he's been doing quite nicely with that, and he's probably far beyond anyone else PowerPoint-wise. Except for maybe Megrim. Megrim's actually caught keeping up with that, but he doesn't have his second 25. He almost does. So actually, he's been doing nicely in the PowerPoint front as well. Of course, Megrim's been in combat like non-stop. Basically carrying the bottom team, I'd say. As MayShdow has been pretty crippled for most of the game. There's the Eagle Summon with the level 10 Eagle still alive. They cannot stop this Eagle. It's crazy. Megrim's base is all but decimated, though. That is not ideal for him, as you might expect. And he's completely rebuilt. His fort is completely undefended as well. And he has no way to push on this base. Ooh, he almost lost the level 10 Eagle. Close. What's this? Barrows? He's got a great Barrows expansion on this fort. You can't enter troops into the Barrows expansion currently, but you can exit them. I don't know if that's a bug or what, but it might be fixed, might not. I have no idea. But they do increase your command point limit. That's what I use them for. And they are incredibly useful. Ooh, there's the Watcher once again. Shutting down Megrim's army. Oh. That's gotta be so frustrating. Solas just has all these powers to throw at him. Let's see how Hombre's powers are doing here. Hombre's been in combat a lot, but not near enough, it seems. He doesn't even have Barrage yet. Of course, he did go down the right tree. You get Industry first, which is definitely what I recommend doing as Mordor. Go for Industry and then switch back to the other side of the power tree, as it has the better powers. Flood is almost ready for Megrim there. Ooh, and he almost has something. That'll be good. Alright, there's the Flood on the base of Megrim once again. Very nice indeed. And that does a good amount of damage. And now Hombre is pushing down in the south here. It's a bunch of orcs and Easterlings. Well, not a bunch of Easterlings, he's got one. But he's trying to make some ground here. While his base is a bit damaged. I think he's okay. And currently Solas is doing quite well, I'd say. What? Oh, Industry. I was like, what? Goblins don't get Industry. But Mordor does. Of course. Ooh, Glorfindel versus Azog. And Darwin. I think Gorkil actually died there. But not even the mighty Glorfindel is a match for Azog. Ooh, and there's the Poison Stinger. He just used his Athelas. I don't know if Athelas considers the poison. But down goes Glorfindel. Savage. Megrim has been defeated. And apparently MayShdow was gone as well. There you go. The northern team is victorious. Solas and Hombre take the win. But a hard-fought match indeed. I'd say Megrim was doing quite well. But unfortunately, MayShdow fell. And of course, 2-on-1 is pretty tough. So there you go. But yeah, definitely hard fought between both teams. Well played to all teams, all players in the match. It was good. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed that. And I'll see you guys in the next cast of the Rise of the Witch King, patch 2.2 version 6. See you all next time.